Today I'd like to make a sauce for you that I think is going to surprise you because there's ingredients in there, not from one culture, but two. And one of them is Asian, and one of them is a Western culture. I had this sauce for the first time about 10 years ago in Manhattan, and I've been working on this recipe ever since. It's a rosemary and ginger sauce. So let's get it started first. I'm going to put some oil in this pan, and in that oil, I want to put some shallots. I want to put a lot of ginger. I've got some lemongrass. And then some serrano chiles. And those are going to sweat a little bit in that oil. Specifically, I want those shallots to lose some of their raw flavor. I don't want to cook this for a long time because I've got some really aromatic ingredients in there, and the more aggressive I am with the cooking, the more of those aromatics I lose. So at this point, I'm going to introduce coconut milk in here. So coconut milk goes in. And then the last ingredient, and this is the surprising one. Up to this point, this has seemed pretty much Asian, but I've got some rosemary here. And I want to take this rosemary and add it along with everything else. So this sauce has been simmering now for about 15 minutes. It smells great. What I want to do right now is take this mixture and put it into a blender. Okay, now that the sauce has been blended, and it has to run for a minute or so, any fibers that are left over, we're just going to strain them out. It's a pretty versatile sauce. And if you think that rosemary has a real bite to it, which it does, it's a resinous herb, the coconut milk really tames it. Okay, now it's time to season this. As I said, I've been working on this recipe for a long time, and I oftentimes tell people that you should season it assertively with salt and with sugar, which is not atypical in Asian sauces. I'm going to share a tip with you. I've got a product here. This is the rice wine vinegar that Kikkoman makes, and it's seasoned already. And it's not seasoned in a timid way. It's seasoned, to my mind, properly. And so when I add this, it's going to bring the proper level of seasoning that I'm looking for. So in goes the rice wine vinegar, the seasoned rice wine vinegar. You can also find rice wine vinegar that's unseasoned. And then to brighten it up, sometimes I add lime juice, but today I'm going to use a little bit of lime ponzu just to bring some acid to the mix. And then to boost that savory flavor, just a splash of this NuMami. All right. And I'm going to show you kind of a really fun twist on a taco. Instead of using tortillas, what I have here is a vegetable tortilla. This is jicama that's been sliced very, very thin on a meat slicer. And I'm careful not to put it into ice water because it'll get stiff. What I want is something that will be a little flexible like this. So here's 4 of my tortillas, and I'm just going to lay them out. And I'm going to create a dressing. So the dressing is going to be seasoned rice wine vinegar and the spices, the turmeric and the mustard. When I think of vinegar, sugar, and salt, I think of pickles. And pickles for me always have mustard and turmeric. So this is really a seasoning or a dressing or a pickle. Now, I'm just going to brush this on. I'm only going to brush it on the inside because you don't want somebody to get turmeric all over their fingers later on. And then the rest of this dressing, I'm going to put on an Asian slaw. And we'll take the rest of this, and that will be the dressing on our slaw. We'll just toss that together. All right. I've got some shrimp here that I cooked a little bit earlier. These can be grilled shrimp. I tossed them with a little bit of salsa and then sautéed them. And we are ready to go. First thing I'm going to do is stack these on top of each other. And then I want to take some of this slaw and I'll put it in the taco. Next, we'll put the shrimp on top. And you remember the sauce that we made earlier. And we're going to put some of this right on our vegetable tacos. Maybe we call them vegetable tacos. You can also put some on the side if you like, but it's such a great flavor. And then I've got some micro cilantro, and I think that's maybe the perfect garnish for what we've got here. Okay, our dish is done. We've got this taco that has not tortillas, but jicama. There's shrimp, a nice Asian slaw. We've got a delicious sauce, rosemary and ginger sauce, and I have every confidence that this dish is going to be seasoned right because of the seasoning that's in the Kikkoman rice wine vinegar. So take that trick home, try this dish. I can guarantee you it's a crowd pleaser.